formally launch a groundbreaking new partnership, an alliance between boxing promotional powerhouse Queensberry Promotions and the world's premium sport entertainment platform, DAZN. From April 1st, DAZN will be the new home of Queensberry Promotions, bringing its elite boxing events to fans around the world for the first time. This morning, the first 3 fights of the DAZN Queensberry schedule, the first 3 events were announced, and boxing fans, they're enjoying it. So much fanfare online. Just go and look at some of the feedback. An absolutely incredible start to this new era of Queensberry and DAZN. Heavy Impact, that's where it all starts. April 5th, with a Co-op Live here in Manchester, we'll be rocking to that heavyweight beat. Joyce, Whyte, the juggernaut against the body snatcher, a fight that's been talked about for so long. That will be happening, that will be kicking off the DAZN Queensberry schedule, and there's plenty to sink your teeth into on the undercard. Bad Blood, Lawrence Okoli and Richard Riakpo have been circling for years, throwing jabs at each other in the media, having little scuffles on red carpets. So much to look forward to on that show, including David Adelaide, Jamie Takiva, and of course, the Queensberry DAZN and professional debut of Delicious Ori. With this promotional train, it then makes its way to Nottingham, where we are very much in the hurt game. Anthony Kakachi, the IBO World Super Featherweight Champion, he defends his crown against a man who knows a thing or two about the hurt game. Lethal Lee Wood welcomes Anthony Kakachi to Nottingham, just like he welcomed Mick Conlan to Nottingham, in a Belfast-Nottingham rivalry renewed. And then, well, this promotional train, it continues north. We head to Scotland, we head to the land of the brave, and the return of one of the best fighters to ever come from these shores, the return of the undisputed world super lightweight champion, Josh Taylor. He's done it all so far, and now he's stepping up in weight. And lying in weight is Echo the Engine Essuman, and a fantastic dust-up at featherweight as well in the undercard, including Lee McGregor and Nathaniel Collins. So, that's the schedule, that's what we are starting with. There's so much coming up. What a start. Let's bring in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. And Frank, I don't know how much of the fanfare, the feedback you've seen online this morning, it's gone down very well. This is an exciting new phase.
It is. It's, first of all, thanks everybody for coming along today. This is a no-brainer for us. Our home is DAZN. We've come here for a reason, because it is the place where all the big fights take place. It's a one-stop shop for the best boxing. Then we've got to have 3 or 4 subscriptions, 1 subscription on DAZN, and you get the best. And the best promoters are on there. That's us, buddy. The best promoters are on there, and they're great fights. And we're kicking this off with 3 brilliant shows. And you want to see the other stuff we've got coming up, which we're going to announce. But these are brilliant shows. They're competitive fights. They're real fights. This is what it's all about, delivering the fans the best fights, competitive fights, and you've got them. 5th of April, 10th of May, and 17th of May. Great shows, great fights. And I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted to be working with these guys. I'm an old geezer. I've done all the TV companies over the years. This is going to be a place where we're going to stay and be. It's just built and built. And I was a big doubter at the start, so I'm not being two-faced. I was a big doubter. But this is such a brilliant channel for the boxing fan, the sport fan, but for the boxing fans, this is the best. This is our platform for all our shows around the world. And it doesn't get any better for that. For the boxers, they go on there, they're involved in quality fights, they can show everyone what they're about around the world. The place to be, DAZN.
Well, let's bring in Michael Ridout from DAZN, EVP at DAZN, who I'm sure echoes a lot of that sentiment, maybe including the best promoter. Michael, let's bring you in here. I mean, what a day.
Yeah, well, at day one, I'm not going to get into who's the best promoter, but the exciting thing is, I know that Frank wants to win that battle. I know our other promoters want to win that battle, and that ultimately will be great for the fans, because the only way you win that battle is by putting on the best fights, driving the best numbers. So I'm excited for that. And look, we're less than 48 hours removed from an amazing fight here at Co-op Live. So today, to announce a whole raft of more heavyweight fights is incredibly exciting. April 5th, as Deb and Frank said, Joyce, Lawrence Coley, Dillian Whyte, Richard Riakporhe. 4 of those guys to feature on this first card is incredible. I know that between Joe and Dillian, they're still fighting for that top table in the heavyweight division. I know they're determined to stay there, so that is going to be a British heavyweight slugfest. And for Lawrence to welcome Richard to the heavyweight division, as you mentioned, Dev, we've seen some bad blood in the past. We now get to see it go down in the ring. That is going to be a great fight, and there's a brilliant undercard as well. A lot of Frank's heavyweight prospects. Actually, there's one other who just wants to join and get on the card. There's going to be a brilliant undercard.
Said he's sick.
Is that right? Oh, well. So we're excited for that. And we start as we need to go on. You know, intriguing fights, brilliant matchups, brilliant fighters, and genuine jeopardy. That are all the things that us boxing fans want to see. And this event ticks all those boxes. But that's not all. May, as Frank said, we go to Nottingham, Anthony Kakachi versus Lee Wood, and in the homecoming, Josh Taylor versus Echo Esman. That is not all though, there is so much more to come. It's all going to be live, it's all going to be on DAZN, and it's going to be available worldwide.
Thank you, Michael. Brilliant stuff. I mean, there's a young man here who's patiently waiting, who will be making his professional debut. We're talking about heavy impact largely today. You can see the posters behind me. Well, on that show, there is a huge heavyweight debut, former Commonwealth Games gold medalist, former European Games gold medalist, Team GB Olympian. Let's head over to Thomas Triber to bring him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will be heavy impact. A great night of championship boxing to be held on Saturday, April 5th from Co-op Live in Manchester, England. A reminder, Co-op pre-sale tickets will be available tomorrow, and general sale tickets will be available this Wednesday and can be purchased through Ticketmaster by going to ticketmaster.co.uk. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the first ever Queensberry Promotions event, live worldwide, exclusively on DAZN. And now let's welcome one of the great fighters on this historic card. He will be making his highly anticipated professional boxing debut in the heavyweight division after a stellar amateur career, becoming a Commonwealth Games gold medalist, a European Games gold medalist, and proudly represented Great Britain at the 2024 Paris Olympics from Wolverhampton, England. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Delicious Ori! And now we hand things back over to your host, Mr. Dev Sani.
Thank you, Thomas. Well, the future is bright, the future is very much Delicious. What an entrance from Delicious Ori. And I'll bring you in here, Delicious, straight away. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of your face around the media since your signing's been announced. I think there's a lot of excitement out there, but I can't imagine anyone's as excited as you. Talk to us.
I'll tell you what, I've been really enjoying it over the past week since the announcement last week. I met Queensberry, went to the office end of last year, and I have to say I was so impressed. I spoke with George Warren, and he set that bar very high. I met the other promoters, I met everybody. I took some time out to myself, but deep down I knew Queensberry were going to take me to another level, and here we are today.
I know your story, you've been through a lot. There's been a lot of struggle and hardship, but you've shown a lot of resilience. What can we expect from your heavyweight debut on April 5th?
Going to expect fireworks, and you know what it is with me, I just want to be able to tell my story to the masses, and I know Queensberry will help me do that. I want people to know who Delicious Ori is, my story, the struggles that I've been through. It's not been easy starting boxing at 18 from nothing. I don't really cared, but here I am today, and this is just the beginning. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can go out there to achieve. So I just cannot wait for the whole world to see what Delicious Story is about.
What sort of style have you got? What can you tell us?
The past 8 years, been boxing amateur, boxing to be the best amateur boxing in the Olympics. So you're going to get a very, very technically sound boxer, fast. I make sure I look after myself in terms of my weight. I live a good life outside the boxing ring. I'm an athlete, so you're going to see a very professional boxer, somebody who is very technically sound, but at the same time, I'm now working with Grant Smith in Sheffield to bring out that dog in me and make myself a real brutal professional heavyweight, because I know in the professional boxing world people want to see heavyweights knock each other out, so I know I'm more than capable of doing that. I'm just going to adjust and tweak some things, and we'll get there.
Well, let's bring in your beaming promoter, Frank Warren here, who hasn't stopped smiling throughout all of this. I mean, you've got your man here, Frank.
Look, we're delighted that Delicious is on board. You know, he's done everything he's been asked of him. The Olympics was a very, very close call for him and that, but look, he's made the right decision. He's a pro. He's come to us. He's working with us. We're very strong, as everybody knows, in the heavyweight division, and he'll have a platform. He can go and show the world what he's all about. At the end of the day, we'll make the opportunities there. It's up to him to take them up and show what he's all about. And he believes in himself. We believe in him. Like we believe in all of our fighters who sign with us. They sign with us, and we sign up for a reason. And he will get the opportunities. He'll be brought along correctly, promoted correctly, right fights at the right time, and then the world is his lobster.
Let's get a word from you, Michael, as well. I mean, a marquee signing here for Queensberry. What a way to kick off the new era.
Absolutely. One of the big selling points to us about Queensberry was the fact they are the home of heavyweights, and we know in the UK how much that drives an audience. And Delicious, just another brilliant signing to add to that heavyweight stable. So very, very excited to see his debut live on April 5th.
Delicious, final word to yourself. What are you going to tell the people?
It's going to be a very delicious journey. Enjoy it. It's going to be fun. I'm going to make sure I enjoy it as much as I can, and come along for the ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Delicious Ori. Back to Anna in the studio. Okay, well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I hope we've got this stage reinforced, because there's a lot of heavyweights up here. A bit of history, a bit of bad blood between. I can see a number of fighters here who have had plenty to say to each other over the years. Let's talk first to Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren, just to bring you in here immediately. A brilliant heavyweight fight night, heavy impact, and for a reason.
Heavyweight heaven. I mean, these are real good quality matches. 50-50 fights. I mean, these guys, they know what's on the line. They know how important these fights are for them and where it takes them in the heavyweight division. Everybody's looking for a shot at the title, and this gives them the opportunity to get there. Great fights. We're going to get entertained in a big way. In a big, big way. Heavyweight boxing, the zone, it's a place to be. And these guys are going to kick it off in a big way.
Let's kick off by speaking to Jamie TKV. Jamie, this is a brilliant fight. It feels like to me a step up in opposition for you on the grandest stage so far in your career against the toughest opponent so far. What are you thinking?
Look, I'm excited to be here, man. I'm excited to be here. I always take tough fights, tough opponents. You can look at my record, so this is just another day in the office.
How does he shape up to you then, David Adley? I saw you had quite an intense face-off actually, and then a little bit of gesturing in front of each other.
It is what it is. It's the fight business. We've got to give everyone a show as well. We've got to put whatever we have aside and just put on a show on April the 5th.
Let's bring in Big D, David Adley. David, coming off a brilliant win against Soldakers, got him out of there in the first round, and now here you are against Jamie TKV. Talk to me about this fight.
What do you want to know?
How do you plan on getting the job done on April 5th? Give us a start with that.
like I always do, you know, knockouts, you know, like he said, you got to put whatever we got before that aside, and April, we got to go out there and do what we do. I'm an aggressive man, I'm naturally aggressive, I'm strong, you know, I'm smart, so I just got to go out there and do what I usually do, and that's go home with a dub.
What makes this the right fight for you then?
I didn't say that. I mean, listen, any fight's the right fight for me. I've got certain places I need to go to, and there's people in my way, and there's doors I've got to kick down, and so be it. This is just another door I'm kicking down.
How does he shape up to you?
He's good. He's a good fighter. Like, we've done plenty of rounds before. He's fought from the amateurs all the way to the pros. You know, yeah. I believe in myself and I back myself.
Well, Jamie, listen, he's an aggressive guy. The last couple of opponents that you've had, I think they've tried to hold on to you and spoil a little bit. He won't.
You know what? We never know until we get in there. You never know. You might not like the pressure. I might hold on too. But you know, we just gotta wait and see. But I'm definitely gonna bring the pressure. I'm as aggressive as Adelaide, probably more sometimes. But we'll see when we get in there. We'll see.
What are your strengths in this fight then?
Well, listen, there's a lot that people ain't seen. There's a lot that people ain't seen of me. And I'm looking to show that April the 5th. And I know what Adelaide brings. I know he's a good fighter. I know he's got power. I know he's got speed. I've done multiple rounds with him, you know, so I'm just going to be the best TKV there is on April 5th.
What does the best TKV do against David Adelaide?
See, the pressure might get to him, might pressure his lungs a little bit. See how he overcomes that.
Anything to say, David?
April the 5th, you guys will see. I mean, when you got that sort of pressure, you're going to walk into something. So, and like I said, I know I work with these hands, so 10-ounce gloves is going to be nasty.
Hey, listen, you gotta knock me out, man. I ain't going out like that. And I know I'm not getting knocked out.
Come on, Jamie, man, I like you, bro, but obviously I'm going to have to knock you out April the 5th.
Hey, bro, I might have to knock you out.
Ah,
You hear
we'll
me?
see.
Huh?
See.
I like you, but you know, it is what it is. It's the game. It's the fight business, man. I might have to put my paws on you, man.
Please do, man, because you know what I'm like as well. I know you done your resume check on me.
Huh?
I know you done your resume check, so you know what I'm like.
Hey, listen, you don't need to do a resume check on me. You know what I'm about.
Well, April the 5th.
April the 5th, that's it.
April the 5th. That's it. Both of your mics are live, by the way. You've got plenty of heavyweights up here who maybe you'll be in the ring with one day. So if you ever feel like interjecting, you both are welcome to do so. David Adelaide, Big D against Jamie TKV, April 5th, Heavy Impact. Let's move down the table and let's move to a fascinating fight that's been brewing for a little while. The last time I actually saw these two guys around each other, it was on a red carpet and they had to be separated. They had a bit of a scuffle. Richard Riakporhe and Lawrence Okoli now finally meet. That bad blood is going to spill over on April the 5th. And Richard, I want to start with you. I just want to know what happened that night on the red carpet, to be honest. What can you tell us?
Simple, he came in my space, I didn't like it, and then I just saw red. I was just trying to get him out of there. But then I realized this is not a ring. I need to control myself. I had some advice from people around me. They told me, look, just calm down. And Spencer Fearon was there. And then we just both went our separate ways. I looked on the internet, went completely viral. I was getting messages from my mum, my dad, asked me what happened. And yeah, I kind of regret the whole thing. I was getting told off. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Why did you see red?
You know what, I'm a calm guy, but at the same time, I've got a temper. And once that goes, it takes a lot to get there, but when that goes, I turn to a different individual. So, I just don't like people that disrespect me, you know, that's all.
Let's bring in Lawrence Okoli. Let's get your kind of version of events. I know it was a little while ago now, but I'm keen to know, how did you disrespect Richard Riakporhe that night?
I didn't actually disrespect him. I went over to him and I said, Madonna's old now. And it's hot instantly. So that was all. And then the rest was off camera. That's it.
Richard, I saw an interview that you did after that, and you talked about how when you're around him, you have to kind of count back from 10 just to sort of compose yourself a little bit, because you haven't been around each other a little bit since. Have you had to do any of that today? You've done a couple of face-offs?
Not really, not really. I'm really calm and chilled. I'm just enjoying the vibes. It's a brilliant event that's going to happen. Catching up with my guys, Dillian, Michael, TKV, everybody here. So I'm on a different vibe today, but it will change. Usually I can see in my eyes. I'm not here to play around. It's a big opportunity for me to change my life. So I'm going to grab it with both hands.
Lawrence, you've had a couple of face-offs with Richard. He says you can see it in his eyes that he's here to change everything for himself. What have you seen in his eyes, and how does he shape up to you being so close to him today?
I think it's one thing I don't really take eye contact and that stuff seriously. He does look very nervous in and around me. That's what it feels like. But ultimately, that's not what's going to matter on the day when we're fighting. It's not about eye contact. It's about throwing punches.
You nervous, Richard?
Just a little bit. I'm scared of a big hug that might suffocate me. That's what I'm scared of. I'm nervous.
Like I said, I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to deal with you in good fashion. And then you can go back to kissing Madonna or doing whatever you do in your modelling career. We'll leave it at that. Okay,
we're going to see about that.
Question for both of you, really, and whoever wants to jump in and take it can. I've been, this has been like 6 years building up. I've seen interviews with Richard. You've been talking about how he's hiding from you. Lawrence, I've heard you do interviews where you talk about how Richard Riakporhe doesn't want to fight you. You're both here now, but I just want to know what's taken so long. Why hasn't this fight happened so far?
I think I've been on a level above him for a long time. From the amateurs, Olympics, pro, I was world champion, British Commonwealth within 2 years. I've been on a rampage, and for me, I'm always steaming forwards. And now we're here. Do you know what I mean? So let's just get it done.
So it's what's happening
because it's with Queensberry.
Yeah, exactly.
The zone. We made the fight happen.
No, that's it.
Fight.
To be fair, I have to give credit to Queensberry and everything you're doing, because I've tried to make this fight with other promoters and it hasn't come off. Where you guys, as soon as I said the name, you guys would have got it done within a week or whatever. So hats off to you guys.
Thank you.
From your side, Richard, why has it taken so long?
Yeah, I feel it was supposed to happen. I think when I fought Crispin Smith, I signed a contract to fight Lawrence Okoli straight after. Obviously, it was based on me getting a W, didn't get a W, so it changed the course of things. It's going to happen many times before as well, but different stages of our careers, and it's just great because finally it's going to happen and we can settle the score once and for all.
It's a heavyweight fight. It's a heavyweight Richard Riakporhe, which we've not seen before. What does that mean for the fans? What does that mean for Lawrence Okoli on April the 5th?
Bigger punches, heavier weights, big bombs. This is what people love to see. Knockouts. Anytime I land, it's problems. I've been doing this for a minute now, sparring different heavyweights, and I understand exactly what I'm capable of. So 10 ounce gosh, it's gonna be painful.
A new heavyweight Richard Riakporhe. He says it's going to be painful on April the 5th. What are you expecting?
I expect to just break him, to be fair. I think, that's it, I'm just going to break him.
Do you feel like you're just a level above, Lawrence? You're a two-weight world champion. Do you feel you're a level above Richard Riakporhe?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm the best on this table, let alone Richard Riakporhe, so it is what it is.
No one wants to come in and say they're better than Lawrence Okoli on this.
Wait, hold on. I didn't hear it. I never heard that until Dave said that. Wait, if he says he's the best in the stable, he's meant to believe in himself.
I mean that.
That's fine. Yeah, Dave, you do a good job of winding up though.
Lawrence, what's your message to Richard Riakporhe?
I got no message, just we're fighting and I'm coming to squash him, and that's what we're going to do.
Over to you, Richard. Tell Lawrence.
My reply is, how are you going to squash me? What type of squashing?
Right hand, left hands.
Oh, thought it was a two-handed combination there.
It's going to be left hand, right hand, and then you hit the ground.
Nice bear hug. That type of expression.
What was that?
Said
Right hand,
that
left
type
hand,
of
knockout. Right hand, left hand, knockout.
okay, we're gonna see about that.
100%.
I hope you can take some shots.
I don't think I'm even going to need to. I'll be honest with you. I think you're going to find out the level difference between you and me, and it's going to be apparent. Like from round 1 to whenever I get the stoppage, you're going to see like it's one thing to visualize and dream. Yeah, I'm going to land this magic shot. It's like it's another thing to execute when someone's switched on, razor sharp, experienced, and
Nobody
punching
cares.
hard.
Nobody
We're gonna
cares.
find out.
Nobody cares, and we're gonna see it
April
on that night. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel the smoke. I'm telling you.
Alright.
Something that Richard Rackpool said there is actually something that's been levelled at you for a little while. Your last opponent said it as well. He talked about he's expecting a bear hug from you. What do you think when you're getting comments like this from opponents?
Nothing, they just find out on the day. Do you know what I mean? I find out on the day. Like, same with the last guy. As soon as I'm now eating, I'm a heavyweight, I'm putting the weight that I want to put on, I'm feeling explosive. And when I hit people as a cruiserweight, it's been a problem. And that's me shelling myself, losing 20 kilos. Now I'm a heavyweight. A lot of guys are going to find out.
Okay, both your mics are live. Plenty to talk about this top table today. Let's move on to the main event on April 5th. Joe Joyce, Dillian Whyte, Joe Joyce. The body snatcher against the juggernaut. And Joe Joyce, I'm going to start with you. You were ringside over the weekend for Derek Chisora's fight number 49. I watched a few interviews with you. And you said, yeah, he's great. But all the time you kept bringing conversation back to yourself because it just feels like you're so itching to get back in there. Tell us how you are, how excited you are about this one.
I'm very excited. It's going to be a big show of heavyweight boxing, and I'll have a fight beforehand to get ready March the 1st, and I'll be coming steaming ahead in for this fight, and I'm really excited and up for the challenge.
It was actually around 10 months ago when you boxed Cash Ali. Box Nation did a quick interview with you and they mentioned Dillian Whyte, a potential fight, and you made it pretty clear. You said, yeah, I'll knock him out. Now that we're here today and now that this fight's scheduled, do you have the same kind of level of confidence? You've seen Dillian, he's just here, gonna knock him out?
Yeah, that's the best way to win a fight.
It is a great way to win a fight. Let's bring in Dillian Whyte, the body snatcher. This is big. The heavyweight division, I feel, I said to you earlier, has been missing that white noise. Well, here you are, and this is a fight that's been talked about for a little while. What are your thoughts on Joe Joyce in this fight?
First, I want to say thanks to everyone for coming out. Thanks to Frank for obviously getting this done. Thanks to the zone as well for having us on. It's a big event. Lots of big guys up here. It's me a lot of knockouts. And the 5th of April, Georgia says he's gonna knock me out. We'll see. Listen. One thing George is very good at putting people to sleep, but not by knocking them out, because he's so fucking boring. He's the only man that can put coffee to sleep. Boring as fuck. Great fighter, but he's a boring guy. So boring.
Oh, that's cool. You bring the jokes.
What?
You bring in the jokes, yeah?
Say that again?
Comedian.
Say that again? There you go.
Anything to add?
You're talking, bro. Carry on. As long as you can keep speaking for one. Say something, bro.
Yeah?
Say something.
You say so. I'm just going to wrap up what you're saying, or
I'm giving you the stage to speak.
What you're chatting about.
Anyway,
we're gonna have a big fight, and I'm gonna punch you in the face. You're gonna try and punch me in the face, but I'm gonna win at the end of the day.
That statement sounds so convincing and so eloquent.
Yeah, I'm confident in my abilities.
I never say it wasn't, bro. Why you defeating yourself and telling me? I don't care if you're confident or not. Listen, I always come to fight, I never say I was the best fighter in the world, but I come to fight. I don't come to fuck around and that's it. I come to fight. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. I've always come to fight. Everyone I fought, I've hurt them, I knocked them down. Even the guys I lost, I've hurt them. So nothing new. Nothing's gonna change.
Joe Joyce put up an Instagram post a little while ago. It was like a nice little promo video talking about how he's coming back. Dylan, you were there in the comments. I've seen it as a top comment, and you said, "Bro, you got to start moving your head or keep your hands up." Just some friendly advice. Was that friendly advice or a bit of a dig?
It was friendly advice because his main defense is to keep getting hit until he get tired and then he chooses. As his main defense.
I mean, it works.
No, it doesn't work, bro. That's why now sequestering is like a 15-second silence for you. It's not working. Clearly it's not working. That's why you just blank out. You're like, yeah. It's not working, bro. It's all good now, but 10 years from now, Jesus Christ. You're gonna go to your house, the sat doesn't say you're home, you're gonna be like, I don't live here.
Maybe, but I've always been like that. Like, you know, it's from school days or wherever. So I'm used to it.
He used to go into the
Yeah, no, but
house.
it's good with the sat nav. It makes it easier. You don't have to get out the 80Z and all that.
The A2 what? Oh, you're not that old, bro. No one A2.
Oh yeah, I forgot my youth.
A2. Bro. Anyway, listen. Joe's a nice guy. You can't hate Joe. I ain't got nothing personal with him, but it's fight. We're here to fight, and that's it, you know.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good fight, man. And you bring a lot to the table.
It's going off. It's going to be going off.
Everyone knows.
I've been waiting for my opportunity. You know, obviously, last year has been rough, and it's here, and I'm ready to take it with both hands.
Let's go.
So I mean, you had a 10-second delay before you
Buffering.
The computer's loaded. Buffering.
Dylan, you've been ringside for a number of Joe Joyce's fights. I've seen you ringside for the Zhang fights as well. Have you been watching these fights thinking, if I land like that, it would be over?
Yeah, you know what's funny is sorry. Last time I wore this jacket was to watch him in the Zhang fight. I still got the fucking thing in it. Like, I swear to God, last time I embraced his son. It's crazy. I was like, damn. But yeah, no, of course, obviously, listen, Joe's a big
Good to hold
guy.
on to some mementos, right?
Huh?
Good to hold on to some mementos.
It's good to hold on to some brain cells, too.
Yeah, you're right.
I seem to not letting yours go, but okay.
I've let a few of yours go too on the night.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I got a lot. You haven't got so much left. I got a lot left. Thank God.
If you say so.
Huh? If you say so, okay. No, sorry. Go
Mate,
ahead.
I'm excited for this, man.
Me too. It's great. It's great. You know, I've always wanted to fight the best. Joe's one of the best amateurs the UK's ever had. He went to the Olympics. I mean, I had 7 amateur fights. But I come to fight. That's the great thing about it. I like beating these guys because I feel like if I beat him, I take all of his amateur experience and all of his amateur achievements. So it's great for me.
Yeah, it's great when I put a dent in your head and etc. You know, you got like, you're a great fighter.
My head's small, bro. It's kind of hard to hit. Yes, I got big shoulders and a tiny head. You got big head. I can close my eye and still hit.
You're quite a big target too, mate. So,
I know.
You know, it's heavyweight boxing. But yeah, you got a lot to bring to the table as well. The power, the experience. You've been in the heavyweight game a bit longer, but you know, it's why we're here, man, to put on to entertaining fights, and it is going to be an entertaining fight.
Well, that is a brilliant heavyweight fight. I've just been told I need to apologise for some of the language, Dylan. Just apologies for the language. That will be the main event. I just want to get another quick question in here, because I can't ignore that Dylan White is sat next to Lawrence Okoli here, and a few years ago I saw a sparring video go out saying this is what happens when I snap about your favourite heavyweight. Lawrence, anything you want to say about that?
What's with that, bro?
No, in all seriousness, Dylan's a fight that I've always wanted, and I do think win, lose or draw for him, we should still get home.
Fight talk, that's what we want. That's what you're going to get on this show. Heavyweight action at its best. Even fights on paper. I think they've got, between all of them, they've got a 75% knockout ratio, you're at a world record. This is going to be an exciting night for heavyweight boxing. You can't afford to miss it.
Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you to everyone at this top table. Let's head back to the studio. Back to you, Ade.